Collective sigh of relief. I, I just gotta go there. Lord have mercy.
But you bring that powerful energy, man. It just put us up to the challenge just to see if we're gonna hang and make it work, and we did.
Yes.
We
That
had
we
everything
did.
in the world, as many Zooms as we do, everything in the world shutting down, cutting off. I'm like, what is going on?
Not, not even be able to get on in the first place.
Yeah,
That
that's
was the
crazy.
real challenge. But great job, everybody. Great
Oh man,
job.
great job.
Really ended up being, as I always say, who was supposed to be there was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had some people who had difficulties logging on. So I told them I'll just, let them know when the next one is.
Yeah.
Well, we did record this one, so you'll be able to send out a recording. I'll put it on YouTube, right? It'll come in two parts because I think we went down one time and then it came back in. But I'll have a part one and a part two, so I'll send that out. So
We lost our electricity midway. I think it was midway through when Henry was talking. The whole house went black. It was just like this weather. Oh my God.
Shoot, I was trying. It was about 12:45, and I was trying to figure out where the hell I was going to do this from because it was like the original place I went. It was like I couldn't do it there. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, where can I go? So
Yeah. Note to self: let's not do it when we're having bad weather.
man,
Yes, let's check the weather.
Check the weather.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
all right. Thoughts, comments, thoughts.
I think it was a great start. I think, we got to kind of practice on our flow. We got a feel for how it flows, how we move around. I think it was a great start. And I look forward to the next one. Yeah. Of course, the topics are going to be different. So it's going to get exciting sometimes. And I see us getting into some really real conversations as we go and talk about different things, right? And did I expect 1 million people? Absolutely not. We are new. And everyone is kind of like looking like, okay, let me see. These people just popped out of nowhere. But once we start doing them over and over and people start seeing us, okay, they've been doing this for a while. Let me go and check it out.
Absolutely.
So, that's kind of how I look at it. But I appreciate the people that did come on, and I appreciate the ones that.
Your mic just muted, Tanisha.
Oh, I was saying that I appreciate it. I appreciate the people that came on. I appreciate the ones that tried and couldn't come on. And I appreciate all of you guys for being here. I think it was great. Mm-hmm. And I look forward to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this was, it's a beginning. So it was a great practice run, yes. And we never expect anything in the beginning to be, nowhere near.
Oh.
So I thought it was fantastic. I think we flowed through it well. Great transitions, Jacinta, and great ad-libs, Lakon. I think it was really good. And I think as we go along, now that we kind of see how things go, I would have liked to have had more time to advertise it out because I think that will cause us to get more people. I could have paid for an ad on Facebook, that type of stuff. So now that we I think we got the mold of it together. Now we can create our ads up front and advertise it out for 2 weeks and really put our ads out there. And I think that'll build that, bring new people none of us have even dealt with to the table.
Yeah. And now we have video to do that, right? So we could cut pieces of the conversation as ads and stuff, just so people can get a feel for what it's like, what we talk about. Because there are a lot of seminars online and a lot of them are a waste of time. And the average person, you see a seminar advertised every other day. It's kind of like, do I want to go? They may not be talking about anything. And so now that we have, videos to kind of just show them what's going on, I'm sure that we're gonna grow. And I agree with Doug in terms of shooting it out. I did email it out and I did hand send it out to a lot of people that I know couldn't come on. but the next time around, I'll definitely be pushing it out a lot wider, to people that I don't necessarily know.
Right.
Yeah,
I
that's
think it's
great.
just a combination of the two things. I think it's a combination of, um, people not being able to make it and not having enough time. Also, um, and we've spoken about this before. I think the term home buyer seminar is played, and when
I
people
agree.
see stuff like that, the first thing they think is a home buyer seminar, and the reason why they think that is I'm not about to buy a house, so why should I go to a home buyer seminar? So I think, like Denisha said, now that we have footage to edit and put out, we can actually make like commercials. We can make Facebook shorts. We can make TikTok videos, to let people know that we talk about more than necessarily buying a house, or this isn't a home buying seminar. Um, and so it allows people to see what we do differently. Like Doug said too, being able to do promotions, like the money that would have went into getting a spot and feeding folks and paying for drinks, you could put that on ads and blast it for a couple of weeks, and that way you'll get a lot more people to it.
Yeah.
But so far as the nuts and bolts of what we did, I'm completely happy with it. Miss J, as always, did her thing. These, you know, Doug, I'm happy. They con, that's my running back. So everything was good. Everybody did what they do, um, and they did it their way. And so, yeah, I think the next one will be really good. I mean, we can just keep doing what we're doing, and just make it smooth and make it better. And the more we do it, the better we're going to get at it. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad we got to work out the kinks in this first one.
Yeah.
Well, it's always a numbers game too, and that's what I look at. So I mean, you could have one client on here that could, in business wise, that could do everybody really justice. So, it doesn't matter to me whether we like numbers, right? But it just takes one sometimes, right? So let's keep
Yeah.
that in mind, because we got some people asking some pretty powerful questions that were on here tonight. We don't Michelle has been around for a minute. We'll put it like that. She owns a bunch of stuff, right? So that she jumped on, and then his sister that she's had some interesting questions. And then Max is down there. I think he's on about 12 or 14 acres of land. And he's talking to those guys. And I've been telling them this is a serious opportunity there. So and that missing somebody that was quiet the whole time. We don't know who that is. So whoever's there, Jacinta said, supposed to be there, even though we had some craziness. We'll see what comes out of this, because Michelle brought that question back around. Well, maybe I missed something. Can we talk about these cottage homes again? And that opened up everything, right? So I was really, happy about that. I think it's very
Yeah.
powerful. I have a video content editor too. So I'll send this to him, and maybe I'll have you guys talk to him, and we can decide how we want to make some shorts out of this so that we can use that. Right. And we'll put it on. I'll start like a YouTube channel just for this, and we'll just keep uploading these things, and we'll have a little library and stuff. So that'd be great. The other thing
Uh,
too, we had somebody that said something, hurry this shit up or something like that. I didn't even see it because we were bouncing back and forth trying to figure out phones and computers going down. And when we kicked him out, we kicked somebody else out, which was a guest of mine, and he was texting me, said, "Man, that wasn't me. It was this other guy, and that was rude, and that you definitely, should have understood why you kicked him out. But I have it set up on my Zoom. Once we kick somebody out, they can't come back in on that session. So that's what that happened, right? If we kick somebody out, that's just an FYI, because all of us can, as a co-host, if we kick somebody out, they won't be able to come back in, or I could take their future off. But
Well,
we got to finish
that was one of the technical things that I was going to mention that I'd really like to try to figure out. One was the whatever the problem was with Eventbrite and signing into that link, because it kept not letting me sign in, going in through the Eventbrite register page. That was a problem. And then the thing with Billy, it came up on the chat from Billy, not from Eugene, from Billy. And it said, hurry this shit up. And
right.
so I was looking at it and I was trying to see if there was a way to, like, first I was just thinking of erasing it because I know Billy. I mean, we know him. I really didn't expect something like that from him. But then Henry also sent a message on the cell line that said, kick him out or something like that. And I was looking for that. So I clicked on, when I had clicked on Billy's name, I did see at the very bottom of options, one of them was to remove. So I clicked on him. It was not two people because it's only that one person that you click on
Yeah.
the options. So I clicked remove, but after that, another message pops up and asks if you want to report that person. And I did not do that because, again, I did not believe that it really was Billy. It just didn't sound like him, whatever happened. But point
I'm
is,
gonna tell you that's
kind
crazy.
of
That happened to me.
technicalities that we have to figure out. Yeah.
That agreed, because I'm gonna tell you that happened to me one time in a Zoom. I was in a Zoom with the county one time, and it came in the room that I said something crazy, and I'm like, I didn't say that. And I got kicked out the room immediately, and I was trying to get back in the room, but it wouldn't let me back in. So I don't know who these people are that get in and they spam this stuff and how they do it,
Right.
but they do it. So now I get it. So I didn't know that Billy was somebody that y'all knew.
Well, one thing I can do on Eventbrite, because they're changing, is not let them go into my Zoom account and schedule the meeting. Because it gives you the option. I could have just scheduled it and put the link in Eventbrite, which I think I'm gonna do the next time, because it does something. The way people have to log in is different. Because I'm like, we do Zooms all the time. Why is it this much problems here? And I could have just created an external link, put it in the invite, and then that's it.
But then
But
I
when
thought you said you didn't think that would be clickable. That
no,
was
it
the.
would be no. It's clear. I could put it. It's a place where they ask you to put a link, but they ask you. They said, "Do you want to let us to create the link?" I said, "Okay, well that's cool." And then I had to put my password in, and then it went into the Zoom account, and it said, "We'll take care of everything." The AI went in, and it set up everything. I didn't do
Okay.
anything. So it
Yeah,
maybe it's something that it did is requiring
Yeah.
registrations. It's doing something quirky that I don't think I'm going to do again.
yeah.
Okay.
And then,
Um,
I noticed something too, like after, I don't know if we want to do this, but after so much time has passed, like the first 15 minutes, do you want to lock the meeting and not let anyone else in?
That's the
Well, no,
thought. I
because
mean, we
sometimes people come late. You still want
yeah,
people to be able to get in.
yeah, yeah.
mhm.
I'm just trying to think about how to
Police,
spammers, because they will.
yeah, they'll come in. I mean, usually, Doug, we're quick. Is we have both of our computers going. Like I'm operating on my phone. One computer went down. It was just, we're jumping around the house here trying to get this figured out because we're
Right, right.
usually right on that stuff. I would have, but
Gotcha.
that's okay. I guess
Okay.
we just got to expect this when we have an open forum to the general public.
Yeah, yeah. Deal with it
And
as it goes. Okay.
we just have to manage it. Yeah, we
Yeah,
have to manage it.
yeah.
But all in all, it's great. I'll work on that. Is this the last Sunday or the first Sunday in December right now?
Today?
Yeah,
Today is
today's the
not
second.
no, this is not the
It's
last
like the
Sunday.
second Sunday.
Yeah.
Because we can make them consistent. Do y'all want to do it like the second Sunday of every month for a couple of months to see how it works so that we have so people can get it locked in, or the third Sunday of every month, or the fourth Sunday of every month? What are we thinking now?
Second Sunday's fine,
Yeah,
provided it doesn't fall, on a holiday weekend or something like that.
right.
Second
I
Sunday
think
this month is on a holiday weekend.
The
Huh?
second.
It's Martin Luther King weekend.
When is, oh, next month. Oh.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. See.
Yeah.
But
so.
I
Yeah,
What
can
about
say
the
it's
that's
fourth
probably a
Sunday?
holiday that people ain't like traveling or going out of town. This is not that type of holiday.
I'm out of town.
There we
Oh,
go.
okay.
There we go.
Yeah, I still wouldn't want it on a holiday
yeah.
weekend, even if
Mm-mm.
it's not, a significant holiday to us.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I'll be doing my Martin Luther King up in the Michigan area. So
Well, we could just go month to month. That
Yeah,
might look.
I
So,
think
so
that's
what does
probably
the third
best.
Sunday look like for everybody in January? Because that gives us a lot of time for planning. We
So
can
the
go to
third Sunday is January 21st.
Um, I mean,
Yeah.
no, I don't have anything planned.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. We'll try the
Let's
Sure.
third Sunday.
I have no idea what I'll be doing.
And we'll start with flyers so that they go out early, right? We can get them out in a week or two, Henry, just to get going. And I'll start working on the video piece, and we'll have some video pieces of this, to put together.
So we'll have to decide
Let's
what
start.
the topic is going to be for that one.
Under that banner, right? So we still
Well, it's
use
always
the
the same
same.
title. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, just
I
is
think
it
we can
always
start with the same flyer we got and just change the date at the top. Just to kick it off and get it out.
Say it again.
So let's start with the last one that I did, and
Yeah,
make that just
yeah,
change the date on it and start
yeah.
kicking it out.
You can use those same 3 flyers, Henry, in succession. I mean, those are
Yeah,
the
just
3 we can just
rotate
go
them.
with. Yeah, just rotate them. That sounds fine. Just change the dates. You don't have to create nothing new. And everybody can think about how to expand from where you are, right? There's the real life segment, real estate, the real money, and we just start building, right? So,
but we're
so
not
just
gonna always be talking about taxes
right.
every time.
No,
Right.
no,
That's what I
no.
was saying. We would, to decide what we're gonna talk about,
Right.
and
So
who
we'll
we're
look
gonna
into the real
invite
life,
and
what
stuff
we
like
think is
that.
important, even based on what we heard today, and we can start thinking about that, right? So let's think about that, because there'll be several spaces from the real life that we can talk about. One thing, for instance, like Denisha, that you were talking about, sometimes, if a client is willing, you can even bring on a client that talks about real life experience that they had in working through a deal. I'm just talking about just another way, right? And how you managed to get through that, some of the challenges that you had. That's real life, right? Things that they didn't expect. Like Doug talked about that too. Don't do this, don't do that. We cannot tell you how many people, they go out to Target and buy shit, and there's all kind of crazy stuff that we can bring, real ground level things to people so that they get it, right? That these are the things that we're talking about. Here's some of our clients that have come on, and they're happy to talk about how we got them through something, or how you got them through something. You could put it in that space. So,
Yeah, yeah, that's a great thing.
yeah, kind of gives people a stamp of, wow, you guys are superstars. You got your client through that. That's a real estate piece. For instance, I had a client that called me up and said that she got a letter from her mortgage company that said that they were relinquishing all of their interest in their property, in her property, and that they would not foreclose on her property. And so she says, what does this mean, and what should I do? I said, I'm gonna tell you what this means. We're gonna sell your house, and let's see what happens. Right. And no attorney wanted to touch that. It was just like they had never heard of that. And we could talk about that journey that we had to go through to sell her property, that a bank said that we had to collect paperwork. They wanted documentation, because nobody said, what are you talking about? Because it didn't make sense for them to foreclose on the property. That people don't know that it costs banks 50, 60 grand to foreclose on a property that was worth $35,000. They said, forget this, you can have it, essentially, right?
Mm.
And they was very reluctant to give up that information. I had to go paper chase until I
Mm.
got some documentation from Weissman. I'm telling me, like, what paper do you need? Because I'm a professional paper pusher, and I'll get it. And we chased them, and she was super happy that she got 40 grand out of it, right? And no mortgage on it, and she was done. So I mean, we got all kind of real estate stuff that we could talk about. We could have Michael on as a guest on the cottages one time, right? We could bring him on as a guest and think about that. So that would be good. So I think there's a lot of spaces that we can dig in to build. So, but you're right, Denisha. We should talk about it, and that will just help us grow in different areas.
Yeah, there's so many people we can bring on. We can bring appraisers on. We can bring attorneys on. We can bring title.
Inspectors.
We can bring insurance agents on. I mean, this can really encompass the entire thing, and then to help people understand
Yeah,
Yes.
why.
I think we should bring investors in.
That's the key.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you why we can bring investors in, because one of the things I get as a tax appraiser that a lot of people complain about, Well, the investors come in here and they buy up the neighborhood and they make everything go up and they do X, Y, and Z. And what they don't understand is a lot of these investors almost save some of these neighborhoods, because if the investors didn't go in there and buy up some of those houses and have those homes flipped and have people coming in there or have some type of revenue coming in there, they'd be giant eyesores. It'd be
Oh,
nobody
you're
there.
saying bringing like a professional investor in to speak about, you know, their
What they look,
experience
yeah, their
buying.
experience or what they look at when
Gotcha.
they go and do fix and flips. What
Yeah.
are they weighing? What are they looking at? Because everybody's not looking at the same thing.
Yeah.
For example, Erica, she looks at how she can make something better. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? She's not the investor like, I just want to get some quick money out this deal. She wants to try to make an area better by the investment that she's making into it. So
I think these are great things. It helps us to build our relationships with clients that we're working with. Everybody likes to be on camera, and people love to share their knowledge. So let's think about that. I'll get right on the flyer here. You change the dates, and we'll get it for that third Sunday, and we'll start right away. We'll just keep
Yeah, let's
building.
get that immediately. We can go ahead and put that out. Pay
I
for
do
it.
that right now.
Yeah, man. And
Okay.
that thing just rock.
January 21st, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
January
And I'll
21st.
send out some emails thanking everybody who attended for this one, that it was very successful. And the next one is coming up. We're dedicated to doing these once a month for 2024 to help people.
And did we work out a way to capture people's information? I never got clear on that.
So if they came through Zoom, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
go back
mean
to that.
Eventbrite?
I mean
Yeah.
Eventbrite. I'm sorry, that they had to register to
Okay.
get on.
But on
But
the Zoom
something,
link, it had a registration there as
Yeah.
well, and not log in like an actual registration like I would if I were joining one of my CE courses. I had to put my name, my email.
we
Yeah.
should do that.
Phone number. Yeah. Just those three things: name, email, phone number. If we can
I
capture
think
that.
it'd be easier if we get them to do it, as Denisha is saying, on Zoom when they log in, to have that a requirement, because I could set that up on my account to say
But it
that they
was
have to
there.
do it.
I don't
There you
know
go.
if you put it in, but it was there when I logged in.
It was, but it was acting quirky because
Oh,
Eventbrite did that, right?
Right.
I'm
oh,
gonna do it manually,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna practice it.
Yeah.
Just try
okay.
to,
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say we have to test because it wouldn't let me in. It
yeah.
did require me to register when I clicked on the link, but then when I went to and it sent the tickets. Then when I clicked on the link in the tickets, it still wouldn't let me in.
See,
I
I
don't
just
know.
bypassed it. I didn't fill it out. I hit join. It took me to join.
Oh,
Not at all.
interesting.
One time I tried to sign in and it said a host cannot register. And so
Oh,
then I
you're
used a different email address and it still would,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we'll practice. We'll get a mock one going and just practice logging in and making sure it works. So that's good.
Sounds good. Sounds
All
good.
right. Well, this is great. I
All
appreciate
right.
everyone, and I'll get that out. And Henry, we'll get that link up and thank people. And third Sunday, what's that date again, Jacinta?
January 21st.
January
20.
21st. That's
Okay.
exactly 1/21/24.
Okay.
1/21/2024.
Hold
Okay.
on. Let me check something real quick.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sure you good.
please. Make sure you yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check something too.
You're not out the country or something. Doug be flying all over the world. Never know.
And look here. I learned that I work hard. I figured that out, and I said, go ahead.
Work
That's
hard, you
all.
gotta play hard, right, Doug?
That's right, man.
That's right. I hear you.
Yeah, I usually don't schedule anything on Sundays. So.
Okay. Now I was looking for Super Bowl Sunday. I just want to make sure we weren't bumping up against that.
Oh yeah.
Nah, that's
When
in
is Super Bowl?
February.
That's in
So
February,
people are
isn't
not
it?
going to chime.
February.
It's in
Yeah,
February. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's February.
yeah. So
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure.
No, that
And
was that's good
when will
looking
the
out.
playoffs be done? When will the playoffs be done? Because that's another thing.
Yeah, it might
Well,
be.
playoffs start then.
We might
Playoffs
be
will
in the
be.
midst of playoffs.
It will be the playoffs that Sunday. That might even be championship Sunday.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
that's what I'm saying. So we aren't
Okay.
going to get too much of a crowd.
Let's see here.
So
So
what about the fourth Sunday?
Well, that's even closer though. That's
that's
yeah.
better.
No, because
But
let
you
me
got
see.
2 weeks between championship Sunday and the Super Bowl.
Championship
Because if
Sunday.
we're
Championship
just
Sunday
waiting, even
is 13. Whoa, 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 whoa. It just might be that 21st.
It says, oh wait, uh, that's 2024. All right, NFL playoff schedule.
Okay, Championship Sunday is the 28th.
28th. Okay.
Mm.
You're going to have
And
divisional matchups on the 21st, but conference championships are on the 28th, and the Super Bowl is February 11th.
Sunday, January 21st is going to be the divisional rounds.
Mm.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, is that as popular as
Yeah, I mean, that's
playoff?
kind of like your final. That's kind of like your Elite Eight, so to speak.
Yeah.
You're gonna have 2 AFC games, 2 NFC games. You're gonna have
Right.
but
And those
because
are
you're gonna have
divisional. The championship rounds aren't until the following Sunday, the 28th.
Well,
right. So
we
you're
could
gonna
go
have
ahead and-
football Saturday and Sunday. So I mean, we can safely do that because I mean, I can tell you too. But believe it or not, everybody don't like football.
That's true.
So and so
I know.
I mean, I do too, but I like.
Well, you know what?
I
No,
know.
she said I don't.
Oh,
Even if we do it, you know what? We could probably stick with the 21st. Even if we do it, it's another good practice, right?
Yes.
And
We got to do it.
yeah.
sharpened. And
I
then
think so.
next month, we're still going. So
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just keep consistent.
and to Henry's point, yeah, you're right. Everybody doesn't like football, like football. So
Okay.
I'm sorry, my mind shifts to that because I
And most of the people around here, their team won't be playing no way.
You already kicking out the Falcons, huh?
Yeah, they ain't gonna be
Yes,
there
indeed.
that week, no way. So I mean, it ain't gonna matter.
I thought the Falcons were doing pretty good in their division thus far, anyway.
Yeah,
Trust me, they
we'll
won't make
see
the
what happens.
divisional round.
Henry said they ain't making the playoffs.
So we'll stick to the 21st.
Okay.
Yeah.
21st is fine.
Sounds good.
All right, cool.
All
All right, gang.
Hey, everybody.
Listen, y'all have a
Right.
great Sunday. We appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
All right, y'all too. All right, look
All right,
out for
bye-bye.
your email. It's coming to you now.
Thank you now. Bye-bye.
All right.
All right.